everybody, it's that college football guy here with another video, another conference craziness, another comment that brought up. This one's credit to Michael Bias. Shout out to Michael. He put an idea up, like, for merger wise, we had in there, and was, what if the MAC and Conference USA merged? Now, most people would say that those are probably the bottom two conferences in the G5. Would merging do anything? Well, first off, as it stands now, this coming football season, there'll be 22 members between both, but each one adds a member in 2025. So the MAC as it is now is Akron, Ball State, Bowling Green, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Northern Illinois, Ohio, Toledo, and Western Michigan. With UMass joining in 2025. Conference USA is Liberty, New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee State, Louisiana Tech, Sam Houston State, UTEP, FIU, Kennesaw State comes into the conference this year, and Delaware joins the conference in 2025. So in 2025, this would be a 2014 conference. Liberty is the obvious powerhouse in all this, but Toledo last season was a great team. Ohio has a reputation in the MAC of doing that, of having schools. Miami of Ohio's flirted with it as well. Northern Illinois has not exactly been the best recently. But you do have some brands in there. Mexico State had a great year last year, bowl eligible. But Jerry Kill's no longer there anymore, and now it's former UNLV head coach, and I believe he's the offensive coordinator. Now he's head coach Tony Sanchez will be the new head coach in Mexico State. A lot of players hit the portal because Coach Kill left. And Coach Kill left because I think he, like a lot of the older veteran coaches, was done coaching in NIL. I honestly think the way this is going in the future, they're going to have to create a position at the universities, someone who acts as an intermediary between the school, the coach, and the athlete, who all they do is NIL. Nothing else. That way the coach doesn't deal with it. You need to talk to whoever. They handle that. That's not part of my purview anymore. To solve that problem, Jerry's not working, I believe, as a consultant for Vanderbilt. He got out of dealing with this. He's just done. So, I mean, right now, only the top four schools were bowl eligible last year in Conference USA. Liberty, New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky. MAC was a little bit more than that. Top 25. Liberty was the only one was in it. They actually were the best in the group of five last year. Jamie Chadwell from Coastal Carolina came over when Hugh Freeze left to join join Auburn. Ole Miss. So, would this work? Would this have enough of a brand? Well, I don't see this happening, because it'd be much ado about nothing. I hate to say this. I think both conferences are fine just the way they are. The MAC is the established G5 conference in the middle of the country. They're the G5, Great Lakes Midwest Conference. They are it. That's what they are. And they have been that way for a long time, and I think they will continue to be that way a long time and have a good, solid recruiting base in there. Conference USA has now become the FCS Ascension Conference, where you get them up from FCS and get in there, because Sam Houston State came up, Kennesaw State came up, Jacksonville State came up, Delaware's coming up. Kind of what Sunbelt was not too long ago. Now, but Sunbelt brought up Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, Charlotte, Georgia Southern, and then just recently they brought up James Madison. They're bringing up powerhouses, but Jacksonville State proved the fact they're no slouch. But, the merger has its value, as any merger could have its value, but for me, I don't see a reason to do this. Now, if you had a lot of top 25 teams and you could converge it together, would MAC and Conference USA smashed together be better than the Sun Belt, the American, or the Mountain West? Ambulances. I'm here in Williamsport, Maryland, just across the West Virginia border. They're deciding right now whether I'm going to be delivering this load to Baltimore or not. So, I mean, Toledo, Ohio, they both had their flirtations in the top 25. So it would be a solid conference. But the problem is, I honestly don't know about this one. I mean, this is one I'm like, okay. I mean, you have the Midwest of the country locked down. You have Liberty up in Virginia. You have more Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana. You have 2 schools in Texas. You got Kennesaw State in Georgia, FIU in Florida. You'll pick up Delaware. I mean, it's that one. You got UMass that's going to be coming in, so it's that. You've got with a couple of Texas schools, so it's basically Texas East. Actually, plus New Mexico State, which is right near UTEP. Nothing crazy. You go from the Mountain Time Zone to the Eastern Time Zone. But the question you start thinking about this is money. The MAC makes what, $2 million a year, $1.5 million, $2 million a year. Conference USA is only making $800,000. You smash them together, are you getting more than 2.5? I honestly don't know. I'm looking at this going like, yikes. I mean, in the era of college football, would you smash this together and try to make an elite, like, relocate and try to top the best in both conferences? I'm like, you grab Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, and the Liberty, New Mexico State. Delaware, I think, is going to be a powerhouse once they get a chance to be, because they've been an FCS powerhouse for a while and produce a lot of NFL talent, particularly in the offensive line. So there'll be some thing there. And Toledo, Ohio, I mean, you could, but I just look at it as like, okay, where's the outstanding brands? Where's the major markets that go, wow? Liberty has made that name for themselves. Toledo's flirted a little bit, but not much. Jacksonville State's flirted not much. New Mexico State barely even got noticed. You only have one brand in this whole thing. One. And that's not enough to justify doing this. It's an intriguing option. I have to admit that, Michael. It's an intriguing one, but I don't know if I do this one. But I've done my talking about this. Why don't you let me know what you think about this down in the comments? So thanks everybody for watching. I gotta get this thing fixed. I'm like 9,000 feet in the air, ain't I? But that's what happens when you broadcast in the truck, you got all this headroom up here. But thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done already, do me a favor. Smash the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Helps the algorithm. Has video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Here's the questions. 1, would you do this merger? 2, the other option of the merger, would you try to do cream of the crop? And I'm looking at it from cost-wise, is it worth it? That's the third question. Cost-wise, is it worth it? Regardless of the first or second option, is it worth it? And I don't think so. It doesn't have that much of value. But it's an interesting possibility. Why don't you let me know your thought about all of this down in the comments. Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done it already, if you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, if you're not a subscriber, check out some of the other videos I've done. If you like them, subscribe to the channel. Just got a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. On the way to 600 subscribers, slowly but surely, on that crawl up to 1,000, where the fun really begins. So thanks everybody for watching. They're talking on the news about the college football playoff revenue. I'm not going to do a college football playoff video until they actually settle the damn thing. Although the one thing that just broke about an hour or so ago was Trev Alberts, apparently the Nebraska through and through man who's going to live and die in Nebraska, be a die hard and die a Cornhusker. Just apparently is going to be the new AD at Texas A&M because money talks. Interesting how that works. Nobody's immune. So thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great day. Up here on I-81 going through, let's see, I went through Virginia, West Virginia, and now Maryland. Cops everywhere busting speeders, at least in this part of the country. So be safe out there. Be mindful. Check for them. And please, be good to each other.